We gotta do it this way.
I'm Barbie with Finding Chocolate. I'm here with Aaron, and he's going to show us how to make hot chocolate the proper way. Aaron?
In fact, I'm making hot cocoa. Let's start with the difference between the two. Hot cocoa is made with cocoa powder, and hot chocolate is made by melting chocolate. The reason you go for one over the other, hot cocoa gives you a more intensity of chocolate flavor because it's all the chocolate solids. Hot chocolate gives you more richness because you have a little cocoa butter. And what I'm going to make here is hot cocoa. So what I'm starting with is a couple tablespoons of water, and I'm going to make mud, chocolate mud. We'll add to that water 2 heaping tablespoons of hot cocoa mix per serving. I'm going to make 2 servings here so we can share.
Yeah.
The reason for making the chocolate mud is in part so you don't get lumps. It's just like making a gravy.
Okay.
And you work with a little bit of liquid. Real good. Working out some of those lumps. Now the other reason for doing this is blooming the chocolate. So what you want to do is simmer this chocolate mud for about 2 minutes. For one, you're hydrating the particles of cocoa powder, so you don't have that powderiness on your palate. The other thing you're doing is heating up that chocolate to bring out a real intensity of flavor. Now I do this on a medium heat. You don't want to just walk away, you will burn the chocolate. It's just starting to come to a simmer. Just starting to bubble. And you can smell it too. That smell of chocolate is just filling the room. And you know, when you're baking and when you're cooking, you can often go by smell. When things start to smell strongly, you know it's time to pay attention to it. I'm going to add the first little bit of milk here. Again, you don't want lumps. I use whole milk. I grew up on a dairy farm, but for me, whole milk is even light. But if you like, you can use any kind of milk. You can use almond milk. You can use rice milk. I have some friends who even do it using water. I don't know why. Coconut milk works well. Now we're going to bring this up to a scald, so just below the boiling point. Jamaican hot chocolate was the first flavor of truffle I made, so I followed suit by making that the first hot cocoa mix I made. It's nutmeg, vanilla, and habanero chilies. This one's got quite a bit of kick to it. You don't want this to boil, but you want to get it right there. Look at that. In some ways, the best way to drink this is with some adult beverage additives. You know, a little bourbon, a little tequila. Take this. See if I can do this without making too much of a mess. Pour it directly into that warm milk. And here I'll take that frother again. Barbie, here to join me again?
Of course, of course, of course.
Place the glass.
All right, cheers. So this is just chocolate. This is not spice.
Chocolate milk, yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Bluetooth. We gotta do it this way.